to tell you something that may indeed shock you about the fate of Crash Bandicoot. It seems that our lovable marsupial has been placed back into Vault 111 for a long and dormant sleep and will never see the light of day. Not only has this happened to Crash Bandicoot before the franchise ran out of steam, let's say around here-ish, it has happened to him once again because of the recent news and developments that have been surfacing throughout the web. Truly, we are witnessing the second death of Crash Bandicoot. Or maybe not. Hi there, I'm Zanga Warrior, Crash fan at large. I'm pretty sure my past videos gave some sort of indication to that. At first, I didn't really want to rant about this particular topic at the time when trending news came out about the fate that Crash Bandicoot was under. I kind of want to wait it all out and wait for more news to show out so that I can make a much more informed and impartial opinion on the whole matter. As such, when news sources start to arise, people are quick to jump to conclusions. But not me. I just like to make a meme out of it, as I usually do. But what are you talking about? You may not ask yourself. The news I brought to life that one of the Crash Bandicoot developers, in particular Toys for Bob, is now a supported developer for Call of Duty Warzone. Oh, sorry. There's a protest rally marching around the road outside. That's concerning. When it comes to developers merging with other franchises, it's nothing special. If you can recall what happened back in January of this year, another Crash Bandicoot developer, Vicarious Visions, has been merged with Blizzard to fully dedicate themselves into working on Blizzard titles going forward. Starting with the Diablo 2 remake. I bet that raised a couple of eyebrows. At first I was like, why? And how? I can't believe they would just shrug off one of my most beloved platformers along with Spyro into the dust. How dare Activision do this? Abandoning those franchises for some tried-ass normie FPS game. Let's take a step back and think why Activision would do this. Let's put all of our feelings aside, because realistically, companies only care about one thing.
We've got to have money.
Yep. Shouldn't have been news to anyone, unfortunately. You can find the recent announcement about that in the Toys for Bob tweet, where it announced, Toys for Bob are proud to support development for Season 3 of Call of Duty Warzone, and look forward for more to come. Followed by a bunch of brief comments below. More sadder than that is when Nicholas Cole, one of the character designers behind Toys for Bob, tweeted out this little piece. It's the end of an era, but I wish my former co-workers still with Toys for Bob all the best with what's ahead. Implying that there have been layoffs to help curb costs for the CEO to get a fat paycheck. So naturally, word got around about Activision cutting people off the team. Until an Activision spokesperson came to journalists with a statement. It's best to kind of take this with a grain of salt because it kind of contradicts with what testimonials other Toys for Bob members are saying. But here's what it says. Activision denied that Toys for Bob had suffered layoffs and the development team is fully operational. Reports of layoffs at Toys for Bob are incorrect. There has not been a reduction in personnel recently at the studio. The development team is operating fully and has a number of full-time job openings at this time. The studio is excited to continue supporting Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, and will recently provide additional development support to Call of Duty Warzone. It all comes down to whose words we trust more, the company or the developers. Right now, for me at least, it's still left up in the air, as there is not enough concrete evidence that we can determine whether or not Crash or Spyro still remains in the company's interest. But what I can do is look at the statistics that can help allude to that. As much as we all want to deny it, Call of Duty is the biggest moneymaker that Activision has. Consistently releasing each installment by cycling through 3 development studios every single year. And it's still working to Activision's benefit. The player base has been getting bigger, Warzone is like one of the most trending games on Twitch right now, and the franchise itself has been introduced in an esports league of its own. I hope you're in the mood for some more statistical flex, eh? Because I'm about to make Crash Bandicoot look like a fucking peasant. So according to this document, Modern Warfare, not that Modern Warfare, this Modern Warfare, has smashed $600 million in the first 3 days of its opening weekend. More units than any Call of Duty game. Now let's compare that to Crash Bandicoot's digital sales. In the first month, each game could only manage to break in the thousands, the lowest sales being Crash Bandicoot 4. Now, with a company like Activision, they can easily chalk this down as an equivalent to a tax write-off. Companies look for huge returns because they've invested so much money into a project and expect for it to deliver more than their budget. With Disney, it's a huge fucking example. Even though a movie can still break into millions, that's still not good enough for Disney. They can consider it a flop because Disney is like a multi-billion or even zillion-dollar corporation. With Crash Bandicoot 4, It was released during the time of the pandemic and to countries that were still in lockdown, which, no doubt, affected physical sales. If we could take a look here, Crash Bandicoot 4 did break #1 in the UK weekend box charts, but the sales of that were reportedly 80% lower than that of Insane Trilogy. That is like a steep downhill curve. That's like Roller Coaster Tycoon levels of fucking chart betrayal. If we could take a look at the 4th quarter 2020 results that Activision has presented in the slideshow, Call of Duty premium unit sales grew over 40% with a strong shift to digital downloads, and net bookings grew more than 50%, which equals to a fucking lot. The only time you see Crash Bandicoot get mentioned is this little small ass bubble for a mobile game.
You guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
I have actually played Crash on a Run, and surprisingly, it's not that bad of a game. It's quite grindy, sure, but hey, most mobile games are. And I played Genshin Impact. So I know that after taking a long look at the statistics that you would come to the conclusion that Crash or Spyro are dead under the water with no possibility of a return. If you feel like you want to support Crash or Spyro, play Crash on a Run. Buy digital copies of Insane Trilogy, Nitro Fuel, Reignited Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot 4. Show Activision that you care about the franchises you grew up with. That is, if you can get it on discount or not. I don't want them to go away as much as you guys do. But in order to do that, we gotta speak with our wallets. I know it's really hard to say, but it's true. So, does this mean we will never get a Spyro 4? Not even a remake of Enter the Dragonfly? Maybe Beanox can be a possible future entry to assist development for more Crash and Spyro titles? At this point, it's really hard to say. I mean, it did help with Nitro Fuel and all, but could seem like a possibility. All I can do is wait, as a law-abiding consumer. I do apologize for this being a really short video, but before I close off this video for you guys at home, I want to say this. I think after all of this evidence being shown, that I can come to a solid statement. At least Activision is not as bad as EA. Take care, guys. I'm gonna go play Crash Bandicoot 4 for a little bit. How the fuck am I gonna 100% this shit?